वेलकम टू आवर न्यू एपिसोड ऑफ दिस पॉडकास्ट सीरीज। आज हमारे साथ है अंशुमन। ही इज अ सीनियर एसडीआर एट मिडलवेयर, फाउंडर ऑफ स्पीक लूप एंड ऑल्सो पॉडकास्ट होस्ट। सो हाय अंशुमन।
Hi. Very good afternoon. Yeah. And thank you for having me, first of all, and giving me a warm introduction. I'm really delightful to have a wonderful conversation and looking forward to just give the insight, whatever do I have with founder wala part along with my YouTube content creation journey. Yeah.
थैंक्स अंशुमन। सो हम इस एपिसोड की जो शुरुआत है वो आपके इंट्रोडक्शन से करेंगे सो दैट द पर्सन और द व्यूवर्स वुड अंडरस्टैंड दैट
Sure.
व्हाट काइंड ऑफ बैकग्राउंड दैट यू हैव।
Mm-hmm. All right. Sure. So Tanay, basically मैं अपने आप को introduce करता हूँ different context since you have given me a context wherein I'll have to fit into the shoes of founder, a senior STR along with that communication
यस।
podcast. It would be little hard to just give me precise introduction. However, I believe that people know me for tech, AI, and a bit of communicational thing wherein I help people to articulate better over my podcast thing. And building a speak loop is something wherein I'm doing the same task, specifically giving the chance to a user who actually wanted to improve at their speaking but they're not able to do that. So from a speak loop I'm trying to bring a value out of that. And this STR wala thing is something is very close to me because this is something wherein I learned sales, and to be honest I have felt over my last 1 year of career that I was feeling like sales from different perspective once I wasn't enter there. लेकिन इसमें आने के बाद I learned so many things gradually and eventually, which I would be talking about in this field as well. Yeah.
ओके। So, we'll start with your college. As you are a BTech
Mm-hmm.
graduate, बहुत
Mm-hmm.
ज़्यादा अगर हम बीटेक की बात करें, पर्टिकुलरली इंडिया की बात करें, कि ग्रेजुएशन
Mm-hmm.
में जो स्टूडेंट होते हैं उन्हें तब समझ में आता है कि एक्चुअली ना उन्हें लाइफ में करना क्या है। आई थिंक ऑलमोस्ट एंड ऑफ द कॉलेजेस। तो व्हाट
Correct.
व्हाट यू थिंक अबाउट दैट कि ऐसा होता क्यों है हमारे साथ?
Hmm. There is three reasons, Tanay, I could think for now is that the first one is lack of awareness. हम college में आते हैं and we are feeling like कि बस last year में we are here for certain achievement, last में placement चाहिए, or like do we have certain expectation regards? But actually we're not aware that this thing that we'll have to figure out our life rather than thinking about something which eventually we'll be getting at the last. So that is number one. And second is the structure. No college would teach you something which actually you're gonna face in the real life after graduating from the college, and mark my words, because I have seen myself happening this with along all those students who are being into the college. So this is something where we should be actually focusing on that what meaningful we should bring into the college education, what structure do we follow, what curriculum we should have indulge into the college education so that we can actually get to know the real stuff and eventually we'll figure it out our life. And third, which is very important, is again something which is very close to me, is none of other just we even don't want actually to get into that shoe. So that comfort zone is what actually क्योंकि 12th तक like we are being obsessed with all those stuff, JE blah blah blah, and college में आते we went with the chill mode. अब तो भाई enjoy करना है, and like it's not bad to enjoy the life as well, but we'll have to also certainly see that what exactly, because this 4 years or 3 years of your college is the zero period of your college. I mean zero period of life. Nobody is expecting anything out of you, so make sure to use it full potential way. And I always say now to my juniors and other people who are being into the college, take the college days as your figuring it out days, wherein you do have only one and single task is to figure out what actually you wanted to do out of this college. As simple as that. If you could take 3 years figuring out multiple things and finalize one or two things what you wanted to do maybe next 4 or 5 years, you have started. You have a direction to work on. Yeah.
Okay. So, now we just talk about your job, that is senior SDR. So can you just tell me a little about that, how it works?
Okay. So even before that, I would like to tell you that this is something what many people are not knowing. And I mean, this job exists. Even to be honest, I was even also not knowing once I graduated. क्योंकि computer science होने के बाद we do know one thing, development. software developer. Unfortunately, I was also able to get, a very good jobs into big MNCs, TCS, blah, 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 as an development. And thank God I didn't join, because back then I realized I did my biggest mistake. But yeah, I mean, I'm not saying anybody to do the same thing what I did, but eventually and gradually felt that was the best decision I've ever taken. Anyways, talking about this job, so as we already know that we do have a software product available in the market. Take any product like SaaS based product and service based product. I mean, service also we do have. So if we do have something, so obviously people would need it to sell that thing, right? As simple as that. We do have goods, we do have, the things which eventually use to sell, correct? So the same goes for the tech product as well. We do have SaaS product, let's suppose any company have built something which essentially are based as an service. So obviously we do need technical people to sell that. So that's where this SaaS selling comes into picture, wherein a technical people is being had who do understand the text, dynamics of that product and can actually align with the ICP. And I mean, I would also like to tell you one thing that especially it is the sales is kind of, divided into two parts. First is D2C and second is B2B. I mean, direct to consumer and business to business. So direct to consumer is something you take any product, let's suppose any goods what we see in our daily use, right? So it is already been sold to the direct individuals, like people, you can also buy it and anybody individual existed on the earth can buy it, right? And हम लोग देखते हैं कि इवन क्रेडिट कार्ड वाला चीज होता है जो लाइक पीपल यूज टू गो डोर टू डोर एंड सेल इट, दैट इज ऑल्सो वन ऑफ द
Yeah.
थिंग्स व्हाट direct to consumer works, right? So there also we need a people who used to go door to door, mock the door, hey, take it, something like that, right? The same with that SaaS. But I mean, the thing is in SaaS selling in B2B, business to business, here we are not selling to a individual person, here we are selling to business, right? And business में कौन खरीद सकता है? The employee cannot buy it. I mean, if I'm working in a company, I cannot buy a product for my company because I don't have buying authority, isn't it?
Yeah.
So in my role, we'll have to reach out to the certain people, ICPs, which stands for Ideal Consumer Profile, which is CEO, C-level executive, who do have that buying authority, understand our product, that this is our product, this is my ICP, sitting into years or so, whatsoever region are selling up to, and then providing them enough value, making understand that boss, this is my product, maybe SaaS or whatsoever, and this is how I can help you. Could you just give your time to understand more? And then eventually ये process, it is not like within a day or you'll just sell the product like a credit card बेच दिया एक दिन में and you'll get the money in the, no, that's not work like that. It would eventually take up to 6 months to make a deal. So it's very tedious process wherein you'll have to be patient, you'll have to keep following up and other things involved. But meanwhile, altogether, it's something that you'll have to understand the market. You'll have to know that who is our ideal consumer profile. You'll have to reach out to them via multiple ways and then get them onboarded for the call. So that's what we do as an STR as well. Yeah.
Okay. So I guess it is a remote job or hybrid.
Hmm. Hmm. Correct. Correct. I mean, it depends, but for me, it's completely remote now.
Okay. Okay. So I want to ask you that the mostly that it is not an Indian company, but as you said that you sell the SAS services for the people.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
it is
Hmm.
for the Western countries or also for the Indian as well.
It depends. Depends. Then I see
Okay.
if we do have a product, we always being needed to sell it into India and across the world too, right? अगर उस चीज का market में value है, you'll have to sell it to India as well as any part of the globe.
Okay.
Correct. The point is, in India, the culture is different. We actually know because we are Indian, we do know that how
Yes.
Indian people works, right? What is the curriculum goes. But in US or in other countries, because of their culture, because of their language, because of their upbringing, they have their different persona and we'll have to understand that. So obviously, coming to your question, any product could be sold any of the region of the world, but we'll have to understand the dynamics of that thing. We'll have to understand their culture. We'll have to understand a bit more thing coming out of the shoe of the Indian people as well. Yeah.
Okay. So at the same time, you founded a company that is SpeakLoop. So
Mm-hmm.
can you tell me that what was the reason to founding a company?
Okay. Interesting. I mean, since I host a podcast channel, if you're aware, Grow with Anshuman, where I talk about communicational help, like mostly I help I work with the people who know what to speak but really struggle to speak it clearly and confidently in public. And I believe not for sake of English only, because if someone can improve or be good at their communication, they grow personally, professionally, socially, and emotionally. As simple as that. So uh, over last 2.5 years of running this channel, I talked with more than thousands of individuals, personally diagnosed with more than hundreds of individuals, giving them help, specifically in this language of English, right? So meanwhile, in this process, I understood one simple thing, that people actually wanted to improve their English, and they're committed to do whatever it takes. Even me too. I take my own example. I was ready to do whatever it takes to better at my language, right? And I talk with individuals, they are also very committed. But the problem was whom to talk.
Yes, it generally
Not
happens.
not right. Not everyone is being supportive enough to give you constructive feedback.
Feedback.
People would mock you down. So that was the hesitation. There was three simple reasons what I felt. First is that people are committed, but they're not consistent. Second is they do have that hesitation. Whom do I talk? What if he or she judges me, right? And third is not giving the enough time. Because if I'll ask you, then I go and practice for half an hour daily. अगर आप नहीं कर रहे हो पिछले 10 दिन से,
Yes.
you would not able to do that.
Yeah,
Makes sense,
that's
right?
makes sense.
So removing that friction to just take the practice time up to 2 to 5 minutes. अगर मैं आपसे बोलूँ, तने, we do have an application which you'll have to use for 2 minutes only. Obviously, human bias, you'll use it, correct?
Yes.
And if you can do something for 21 days, it becomes your habit. So that's the idea behind the Speak Loop. So idea is pretty simple. You'll get 21 days, different topics. You'll have to open the application, speak for on the topic, and as you submit the audio, you'll get the real time feedback on your fluency, grammar, and your confidence with the improvement advices. And BTech में सबको एक certificate चाहिए होता. Same with that, we are also providing the certificate after 21 days. Again, you will get a reward, so it's like more reinforcement kind of learning we are providing, and it's going pretty well. We have launched only 10 days back, and already we got more than 150 users onboarded, and by God grace, it is helping them as they were expecting. And I'm feeling that people are getting really help, because now they are practicing daily, in order to get their certificate, or maybe whatsoever reason it is. Yeah, so that was the idea behind Speak Loop.
So it oh you have app as well with the same.
Not yet.
Okay.
It's just a web application, yeah, because the app
Okay.
itself do need to a little more technical things, and obviously we would look for that, but not now. Yeah.
Okay. However, I had a conversation with many of the founders, and
Mm-hmm.
many of them have zero knowledge of coding, but they had
Mm-hmm.
founded a company which is mostly AI integrated. So,
Mm-hmm.
as आपकी जो company है उसमें भी AI integration है, तो you made by your own or you find someone जिसने आपको ये बना के दिया या kind of things to help in that.
Boss, understood. I'm a computer science graduate, to be honest, and I was literally good at my work, to be
Okay.
honest. So I don't need any help for now, at least to expand it to 10K people.
Okay.
So that was even the leverage of having this computer science degree, कि मैं कुछ जो सोचता हूँ उसको बना सकता हूँ, right? For your just quick thing, I do also do this digital consultancy for the businesses to grow them digital presence by giving them website services, SEO, GEO, and other stuffs too. So I did it by my own. I mean, probably, yeah, if we need to expand it maybe up to 1 million users, then I would need a help from a more technical guy to scale it.
Yeah.
But for MVP and for other stuff, I could able to handle it solely. Yeah.
Okay. So, when you starting and at the just early age of this product,
Mm-hmm.
particularly your speak loop. So,
Mm-hmm.
what are the challenges you might had faced?
Challenges, to be honest, Tana, I didn't face any challenges because technical side was pretty sorted.
Okay.
It was just I was just being more concerned about the features, because I literally don't wanted to overload with the features. कि ये भी डाल दो, reading, writing. No, as simple as that. I mean, I was literally skeptical about to put a single feature. Even today, if you'll go and see, there is one heavy feature, one and only feature to give you 21 days roadmap. As simple as that. No other feature is there. Because I believe that if I could help individuals to better at their speaking by 1%, my game is sorted, boss. Right? So still, before even adding a single feature, I do brainstorm. I do talk with a lot of people who are using my application. I go personally and ask, hey, do you feel this would be helpful for you? And why do you feel that that is not being helpful? What else I can add? So after talking to maybe more than 50, 60 people, I do integrate those features. So that is what I believe everyone should do. And it was really fulfilling for us, and probably we're gonna launch few more features very soon after talking to so many individuals, क्योंकि अब वो 21 दिन के बाद लोग क्या करेंगे, we'll have to figure it
Yeah,
out as well, right?
you have
Yeah,
to make the consistent so that
true, true.
so
Yep.
okay. And I want to ask you that it is a free application or any kind of subscription? Because generally ऐसा होता है कि इवन मैं बहुत रिसेंट का एग्जांपल बताता हूँ. वी आर यूजिंग
Mm-hmm.
व्हाट्सएप फ्रॉम पास्ट 10 years इन अ फ्री ऑफ कॉस्ट. बट आई जस्ट
Correct.
अर्ली इन द मॉर्निंग एक नया नोटिफिकेशन आया दैट यू हैव टू पे 80 rupees per month एंड यू विल गेट दिस एंड दिस फीचर्स. तो आई वांट टू
Okay.
आस्क यू दैट पर्टिकुलरली अगर मैं आपके वेबसाइट की बात करूँ तो इट इज़ फ्री ऑफ कॉस्ट और एनी काइंड ऑफ फीस दैट a student or the professional have to pay?
So for now, it's completely free. You can log in, you can practice for 21 days. We are not charging anything for now because before even going for money, we are just seeking the value, right? All right. So as I was telling that before even going for the money, we were just seeking the value, right? If we are able to give the enough value to the users, then probably we can think about the money portion. So for now, and maybe for next 2, 3, 4 months, until unless we see the value, it is going to be free. Yeah.
Okay. So, as you are into the founding as well, a job person. So,
Mm-hmm.
according to you, जो पर्सनल ब्रांडिंग है वो कितना हेल्पफुल होता है इन टर्म्स ऑफ व्हेन यू फाउंड समथिंग. फॉर एग्जांपल यू आर अ फाउंडर ऑफ, बट एट द सेम टाइम यू वांट द पीपल ताकि वो जो आपने प्रोडक्ट बनाया है उसे यूज़ करें. तो उस चीज़ पे हाउ यू मैनेज टू दैट?
Good question. I mean, see, Tanay, personal branding distribution is something what you can use as leverage if you're a founder. And for me, what worked, because I was already been into this podcasting thing, I do have a very loyal audience of more than 2.5k people. Like 2,500 log mujhe dekh rahe hain for a specific thing. If I'm launching something in that same space, so I do have then access of 2.5k people for free, right? You
Yeah,
understand that?
I understand.
So that's what the leverage comes into the picture. Once you have already cracked the distribution, then you develop a product. Yeah.
ओके. सो अगर हम थोड़ा सा यूट्यूब की बात करें तो
Mm-hmm.
एज यू एट योर यूट्यूब चैनल यू इनवाइट द पीपल. पर्टिकुलरली जो टॉपिक रहता है वो सॉफ्ट स्किल और कम्युनिकेशन रहता है. एंड यू नो
Mm-hmm.
आई थिंक इट इज़ द वन ऑफ मोस्ट क्रूशल स्किल है. आई थिंक एवरी
Mm-hmm.
इंडिविजुअल को अगर वो you have to start his job or any kind of things, because अगर आपकी
True.
कम्युनिकेशन अच्छी है तो आई थिंक
Mm-hmm.
50% ऑफ द जो काम है वो कंप्लीट है.
Correct.
लेकिन बट स्टिल जो स्टूडेंट्स होते हैं वो कम्युनिकेशन पे इतना ध्यान नहीं देते, इवन द टेक्निकल वंस, जिसकी वजह से दे लूज अ लॉट ऑफ थिंग्स. एंड एंड प्लस रिज्यूमे. सो अकॉर्डिंग टू यू व्हाट आर द थिंग्स a person should do to improve their communication skills, just accept using your SpeakLoop app?
If you haven't told me this to use, I mean, probably the first thing I would have been tell ki use SpeakLoop first.
Yeah.
Anyways, since that is not in the option, so I would say communication is something, boss. You can learn it from everywhere. You don't have to go to some other country to learn that. कम्युनिकेशन मतलब बात करना आना चाहिए, एंड बात करने के लिए आपको समझना आना चाहिए व्हाट अदर पर्सन एक्सपेक्ट. सो आई बिलीव वन थिंग व्हाट इफ एनीबडी कैन क्रैक, you would be flawless at communication. I'll tell you the very crisp thing what I have learned so far of my experience of 4 or 5 years, because I have been talking to the individuals from my same age, maybe my age of 2x, 3x, 5x, even younger generations too. If you can actually understand whom you're talking to, if you can actually think from their perspective, if I would have been that person, मैं कैसे सोचता, let it be your HR, let it be your founder, let it be your teacher, professor, let it be your friend also. आप समझ रहे हो, बिकॉज
Yes.
कम्युनिकेशन इन इंग्लिश स्पोकन इज टू डिफरेंट थिंग्स. सो आई बिलीव इफ यू आर आस्किंग अबाउट द पर्सपेक्टिव ऑफ बेटरिंग एट कम्युनिकेशन, सो यू विल हैव टू अंडरस्टैंड आप जिससे बात कर रहे हो उसको क्या चाहिए, एज सिंपल एज दैट. जैसे मैं आपसे बात कर रहा हूँ, यू आर जस्ट टेकिंग माई पॉडकास्ट, यू डू हैव सम मोटिव दैट मैं ये चीजें ले आऊंगा, ये हाईलाइट करूंगा. इफ आई वुड एबल टू अंडरस्टैंड यू एंड आई कैन डिलीवर द थिंग what you wanted, so probably I had been past, I am a good communicator.
Yes.
correct? But to English spoken is far different from this. It is very specific to language, and communication is not language specific. Let me break this myth here as well. Yeah.
Okay. So, what is your one piece of advice to the person who are watching this, especially we are living in the era where technicality is going a lot of changes due to AI?
Hmm. One piece of advice. I mean, I won't give any generic advices. It would be very subjective, to be honest, Tanay. So I don't feel that people watching you would be seeking for advices. Rather, I would suggest everyone to be ruthless executor. Whatever comes to your mind, see that what you can execute it today. So I live my life in that way that if I get any idea today, I won't delay it. I would execute it today, and I would make sure to get a clarity. Is it really what I believe that it would grow or it would help someone? It would. So, अगर आप ये वीडियो देख रहे हो, after this video, don't go bare hand. Take one thing, which is just I'll be executing whatever comes to me. As simple as that. You're sorted. You would actually got the real crisp of that video. Or I believe that you also might be knowing or thinking that your learner would learn something. So execute. Whatever comes to your mind, execute.
Okay. So, I just last question. Which
Mhm.
LLM you use the most and why?
Boss, earlier it was, GPT 3.5. Then I got the subscription by the god of, I mean, by the grace of OpenAI Go model. So I used GPT-4. But now Claude is coming, so I basically use Claude Sonnet 3.6. And this Opus 4.7 I have used because I do have the subscription of Claude, wherein for various purpose, for automations and the stuff. But because Opus 4.7 and 8 used to take a lot of credits, what I don't want it to exhaust, because I know कि उससे Sonnet से भी काम हो जाएगा. So Sonnet is in Heroku. What are two models what I'm using currently, very vividly in all those tasks what I'm doing. Maybe writing, planning, sometimes in coding too. Yeah.
Okay. And as your core domain, अगर हम आपकी जॉब की बात करें तो it is a sales. So, which kind of AI that you use in particularly sales?
To be honest, sales is something वो भी enterprise sales we do not heavily use AI in place, क्योंकि human touch कोई आपसे maybe 10K USD का सामान AI तो नहीं बेच पाएगा. We do need human touch anyways for automation, maybe for LinkedIn automation, for email sequencing we do something use called instantly. And there are some more things what do we use for a little bit automation for superficial level to get the start of the conversation. But at the last we'll have to, I mean, human intervention should be there. So we believe on that aspect.
Okay. So I guess I have done with all my questions. Do you have any question for me?
Mhm. Not specifically, but I would like to appreciate your work because I have seen that you are into final year of, I mean,
BCA.
BCA, correct? And you're doing great job. Like you're doing podcasts, you're figuring it out your life. You probably would have been also this building something. You're learning tech, you are learning AI, you're talking to the people. Keep going, keep hustling, and figure out your life and execute fast. That's all from my side.
Okay, thanks, Anshuman. I think whoever watched this episode will learn something from this
Sure.
conversation. So thank
Yeah.
you again, Anshuman.
Mine pleasure. And at last, I would highly recommend everyone to use SpeakLoop. You can get it by speakloop.in. And probably if you have any questions ahead, you want any kind of help into not in career guidance, but in communicational help, in other, you can probably get me on LinkedIn by Anshuman Misra. You can write down my company name, middleware. You'll get me there as well. All right. But it was pleasure interacting with you, Tanay.